So we're 2 days out from the 100-day Ironman. I had my last glass of red wine last night, and although I'm not a massive drinker, it felt strange, the fact that I was actually giving up something for that amount of time, which normally wouldn't be an issue, but as you probably already know, alcohol is not particularly conducive to training of any type. So I've made the decision to give up alcohol for the whole period of time. I'm going to be giving up dairy as well. I used to be a very heavy cheese eater. Actually stripped back, I went vegan for 6 months, stripped back all of my diet, and now really I only have milk as a dairy product, apart from the hidden dairy products, whey and a lot of other bits and pieces. So consciously I'll be removing a lot of dairy within my diet. I'm not sure necessarily it's particularly needed. I would like to say that I am going completely vegetarian or vegan throughout the whole process, but being honest with you, I enjoy eating beef and fish and chicken. So I'd be kidding myself and everyone else if I was to give that up, and I don't think it's fair or particularly honest. So a couple of days out. I'm actually taking it quite easy today. I may go to the gym later on. I may not. The plan was not to do any exercise today or tomorrow. Then I've got 3 sessions, including yoga on Thursday, kicking things off. So it's going to be a fun journey. Excited. Typically, the British weather, I don't know whether you can see behind, is very poor. So it's not particularly motivating to get out on the roads. So we'll be utilising the bikes in the gym, the pool, and obviously the covered pool and the treadmill as much as I can where the weather is worse than where the weather is a bit too extreme. Obviously I want to minimise the risk of getting a cold or any kind of illness, so where possible keep it warm. I'm not alternately going from training indoors to training outside. I think that before has caused a couple of issues for me where training indoors in the morning getting hot, going outside getting cold, going back home to the office, then going back training in the evening from the cold to the heat, then back to the cold again. Doesn't work particularly well with me. So keep seeming to be asked by people of all ages, not no specific demographic, whether I'm nervous about doing the Ironman. I wouldn't really say that there's any source of nervousness there, because I've given myself a target in terms of the amount of time it takes me to complete it. But for me, it is about the completion. It's about utilising the time and knowing my limits. I would like to do it in 14 hours. Someone I know that has done it a couple of times now said that he expects me to do it a lot faster than that, based on my drive, determination and the commitment I'm giving it over the next 100 days. But for me, it's more about seeing the island, which I love, and enjoying the scenery and finishing it. Hopefully there'll be many more opportunities, subject to how I find this, of looking to complete them with a time in mind. But on this occasion, It's all about the enjoyment of the journey and seeing how and what I can learn about myself along the way. I think that's a really key thing for me. Very rarely in normal working day life do we actually get pushed to the limits of anything. If we're not very well, there is the option for some, not for those self-employed, but not to go to work, to stay at home, in the duvet, watch a film, keep warm, and then it's very, very, very rare opportunity or situations that, from an endurance perspective, that you're pushed to that unless you are either an athlete or really serving in the military. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting and exciting experience. To test not only the endurance of the training required. I think that's something that I hadn't really fully understood or accepted before getting my head together about the training program together. It's the amount of hours that is really required, not necessarily partaking in the activity like running, cycling, or actually in the pool, but also the journey times and the food preparation. I think that's something that is often forgotten. And if you had a magic button, you could probably just commit to 15, 17 hours a week of training. It's all the other times that you need to, all the other timings that are required. Another factor that I'm aware of from previous training, reaching a certain level of my own personal fitness, was the amount of sleep required. Again, it's another juggling act, isn't it? Of, where your time is best spent. I am married. I do have a couple of businesses and 2 children. They need my time as well, and there is elements that require, or you do need the support of those loved ones for them to fully understand your training schedule, the commitments required, not only just at home but outside. It is possible. I think you do have to have a particularly understanding partner in order to get through those difficult times, really, as well. Another recommendation that I would make is to, if you're on social media, is to go and find and seek out all of the magazines, Triathlete, Ironman magazines and blogs, subscribe to them or follow them. Because what you generally find is that the content that they're putting in their Facebook articles and blogs is pretty much replicated in the magazines. There is that element of buying a magazine or having it delivered to your door and going through all of the articles, but the Ironman already, or the triathlon competing, with the kit, just the expenses of getting to the event. Although it's just a couple of pounds, every little contribution helps towards the bigger pot. And not forgetting, obviously, it saves the planet with. So my recommendation would be to register with all of the blogs that you can. Basically allowing you to become that sponge. There's a real lot of helpful and free training material out there. I'll be linking in to a lot of these vlogs the links to any useful bits that I find. And on my daily boards, I'll be writing down the book that I'm currently reading at the time as well. Again, no need to go out and buy this stuff. A lot of it is available in your local library, or lending service. So I went to the library the other day and picked up half a dozen books. Again, you can see those on my daily diary. So that's me for today.